Gurucharanarvindabhyam Namaha. After a long time, again we are starting Sahitinandanam, that is the series of lectures on the works of Acharya Sri Ramachandrudu. We have conducted lectures by some experts, etc. But because of their busy schedule, I have taken up the responsibility. The purpose is to focus or to highlight his contributions to Sanskrit language and literature. He is a well-known. Actually, I need not introduce him. He is well-known in the circles of scholars all over India, particularly in all the study circles of Telugu, Sanskrit. There's no doubt about it because he has received many awards from all the reputed, prestigious Sanskrit institutions like Kendra Sahitya Academy, Rashtriya Sanskrit Samsthan, and Lal Bahadur Shastri Samsthan, Tirupati Vidyapit, whatnot. And he has also given lectures in many places. So, as already mentioned earlier, his contribution is almost about 200 works, minor and major together about 200 works. So it's not that possible to touch all the 200, but at least we can give the names. And many of them are in Telugu because the main intention of our Sir Ramachandrudu Garu was to introduce beautiful Sanskrit texts to Telugu people. He was worried about the Telugu people always. So that is the reason. Otherwise, he has translated Gitanjali into Sanskrit, written a play in Sanskrit that is Susamhata Bharatam, for which he received puraskaras from UP government. So that way his talent is known. And his PhD on Panditara Jagannatha is appreciated, and in All India Oriental Conference in some 86, it received applause and puraskara, everything. That way, he is known, and his works, idioms and phrases, that is in English, all the Upanishadic statements he has collected, that book is also there. We have to introduce, at least over a period, I may introduce at least by name. And another contribution is everyone used to ask him to write forwards. And his forward, I am telling you, no exaggeration at all. His forward, whether it is for his work or others' works, it will be almost, almost 30 pages or so. That means it itself will be a booklet. Whatever he writes, it is the introduction itself, the forward itself will be a booklet. That way, what actually done, we have to say that is in his late 88 years of age, in 2015, he has brought this book. So that is, this is in Telugu, Pullelavari Vyasa Manjari. That means whatever articles he has written, this is not forwards. Forwards also has become the book of this size. That is known as Pullelavari Prastavanalu. Prastavanalu itself is, now this is whatever articles he has written, only available because in his 70 years of academic career, he has written more than 100, 200, of course, innumerous, because on lectures also, what to say. Every day he used to attend, means many, every day there will be some occasion to invite him, and his lecture is awaited by all the audience. So that way, what he has done, finally, at the request of fans, we have to say. Celebrities will have fans, isn't it? Not only cinema actors, etc. So here, literary fans, they have approached him. Actually, already he was at the age of 88. In spite of that also, some persons who admire him, they approached him and requested him that all is whatever possible, whatever articles are with him are to be brought into a book form. So that way, the book is given the name Pullelavari Vyasa Manjari. That means a bunch of articles of Professor Sri Ramachandrudu. So, what I thought is very, very scholarly articles. So, I felt like introducing some of them to the audience. The articles are in English, in Telugu, Sanskrit also. But here I have taken one article because which is of a general interest in Telugu. Still, what I do is as usual, because here article, though it is Telugu and exclusively meant for Telugu, but it is because on Ramayana, every Indian, now Ram Nama is everywhere as we know. So, because everyone, most of the Indians admire, I mean, North India, South India, everywhere. That is the reason I thought whatever is written by Sir in this article, highlights I would like to present to the audience in English because Ramayana is available, whoever wants to read and whoever wants to compare these points, etc., then they can enjoy because this is, sar sar ko gahi rahe, all the essence, all the fruits are presented here by our sir. So therefore, I am really distributing fruits to you, the efforts of Ramchandra to you. Here, actually, this article deals with Valmiki Bhasha Kavitvamu. Some Telugu our audience also might be there. So, Valmiki's language and poetic skill, poetry, how it is. Now let us see. And already the famous shloka, he begins with that. Pujantam Rama Rameti Madhuram Madhuraksharam Aruhya Kavita Shakham Vande Valmiki Kokilam. A poet has appreciated. Valmiki is a koila, a cuckoo, who sits on the branch of poetic tree. And he says, what is the words, what are the words spoken, uttered by, sung by Kokila? Kokila sings only. No question of talking like us. Whatever Kokila it utters, it releases the voice, it is song only. If you look at it, actually in movies, etc., they just, to indicate cuckoo's voice, they use flute. That means automatically cuckoo's voice is like Venu Nada, Venu Swara. Venu Gana, cuckoo will be there. So, that which very melodiously, very sweetly sings Rama Rama. I go to that cuckoo. Who is that cuckoo? Valmiki. One day, Valmiki Kokilam. Many people have taken this sentence as title of their works. Okay. Now, this is, and now he says that is in Balakanda itself, that is described that this is such a beautiful poem. Over a period and to the coming generations, it will be a source of all plots, itivritta. Because I mean, it is fact also, it is true. Many, I think thousands of works later on based on Ramayana. So, Acharya Munina Samprakirtitam Param Kavinam Adharam Samaptam Cha Yathakramam. So, Kavinam Adharam. This is Ascharyam Idamakhyanam Munina Samprakirtam. See, this Ramayana, particularly actually, Akhyana means, narration. That which is narrated by whom? A sage. Here, The Ramayana is Kavya and Navarasa Bharita Kavya. There is not a single sentiment. They say predominantly it is Karuna Rasa Pathos, they say. Pathos, it is noticed because finally when the story is heard or played or sung, that means hearts filled with some sort of, emotion, sentiment. But it doesn't mean to say that only pathos is there, other rasas are not there. In fact, Ayodhya Kanda completely, till that Rama Vanavasa Prastavana comes, Balakanda, Ayodhya Kanda, that means half of Ayodhya Kanda, they are beautiful, Adbhuta Rasa only, everywhere, such a beautiful lovely, lovely descriptions everywhere, admiring the decoration of Ayodhya city, the sacrifice, the Rishishringa coming to this perform yajna, and bringing Rishishringa also is a romantic scene, highly romantic scene. Actually, now even the movies have come, but it's very difficult to portray, I feel, because Rishishringa does not know the difference between man and woman. Imagine now, even a small child knows, but he was nourished in such an atmosphere, particularly in hermitage atmosphere, amidst all the sages. He did not know. So he was brought to the Ayodhya Nagara, and then, of course, he was so pious, he was so his steps so auspicious. For Putra Kameshti, he was invited, and naturally, the story you know. So, that way, this story narrated by a sage who resides on the outskirts of Ayodhya. Because when Sita was sent to forest, it means to say that whenever banishment, sending from the country means uh, the person should cross the border of the particular Rashtra, the state. Therefore, Lakshmana brought her, but very carefully brought her, and on those days, another thing also we have to, we should know, because many modern people, even ancient people, unless people are acquainted with the language and literature, they do not know the customs, traditions in ancient India, and they were overpowered. They were, the put under curtain, like, behind the curtain by foreign invaders. Therefore, really many people are far away. That means they are taken far away from the original life of Indians. So, this all the ashramas used to be situated in the outskirts. That means in between. Now also we say border, like borders are fixed when either by rivers, when rivers they bifurcate, divided to places, or a forest, etc. So the Muni ashramas used to be in the outskirts, and also they are free. Actually, I do not know now even the Gurukulas are free or not. They are definitely under the supervision of state governments. But those days, the Kulapatis, that means the vice chancellors, and also all entire teaching faculty, and also all the students were leading an independent, pious life, and they were not governed by the state governments. There was no pollution of any polity. Polity is not there because Kutilahi Rajanitihi. Politics means we cannot blame any politician. The course of the Rajaniti is crooked as a serpent goes like this. It needs that crookedity, but everywhere there should be a limit. Okay. So a sage staying outside of the kingdom, he has composed. How it is possible? He might have visited. Of course, sages used to visit on special occasions, on vivaha or yajna, etc. That's okay. They are acquainted with the Nagara Vrittantas because all the disciples who go to the cities for the prachara of these ethics, etc., they will get the information. There's no doubt about it. But such a beautiful poem. He says, ah, what a beautiful poem composed by Muni, and this which stands, which will be a source, agara, a source for all the coming generations, coming poets. That is there. And of course, Bhoja Maharaja also, because Ramchandrudu Garu is a versatile scholar. Therefore, he has taken quotations from various books. Actually, if I really focus only on this article, this needs almost 10 episodes, 10 videos we need. So that way, actually, we can have like a pravachana, we can run into hundreds of episodes, hundreds of it. And then what he says, Madhumaya Panitina Margadarshi Maharshihi. So here, Margadarshi, the role model, the guide, who is guide means Maharshi, Valmiki Maharshi. For what? Madhumaya Phaniti. For the sweet words, sweet melodious words, who is the guide to us means Valmiki Maharshi. This is stated by Bhoja, because Bhoja is well known to all the people from UP, Madhya Pradesh, and also here because Ujjaini, etc. It is famous with the stories of Bhoja Raja. Bhoja Raja was a king who is well versed in many, many, many works. He has written so many works dealing with Vyakarana and this rhetorics means Alankara Shastra and also Vastu, whatnot. He has contributed many, many works. That and also very beautiful ruler and who patronized great poets. So that Bhoja Raja is inspired by Ramayana. And he said, aha, sweet words means where we get means, yes, Valmiki poetry is really a source of all there's a treasure trove for all sweet words. We can pick up from that and we can use where it free. So, and Raghuvamsha, of course, Kalidasa says, because of Valmiki only, the path is made clear as, Sutrasya iva, he says, when already holes are made in the beads, it's not difficult to send the thread through them. If at all we are supposed to make the holes also, it will be difficult. But when already beads are there, so making the beads garland, it will be easy. So like that. Then, and how she says, Sri Ramachandrudu sir's commentary, what he says, the flow of the language, Telugu he has written, but I am just translating it within my capacity. The flow of the language, it goes, till the end, like what he says, like the Akasha Ganga, Mandakini, like Mandakini in Akasha Patha, he says. The words used by Sir like Mandakini, that means Suraganga. As Suraganga started coming and slowly coming down, coming down, of course, and born by Lord Shiva, and also it entered, till that, Ganga from Akasha to Himalayas, then from Himalayas traveled, we are going to take dips, Haridwar, Rishikesh, whatnot, then till it reached the ocean. So that way he says, the flow is like Ganga Pravaha, his language, his style is like Ganga Pravaha. And it goes, and enters the ocean. like, even till the end. Ending also will be very wonderful, fantastic, we say. And here, one more thing, because before I discuss about the language, I'll tell you here the title propriety. I think people, audience might have heard, might be knowing also. Actually, Mahabharata is multi-starrers poem. Ramayana is one man story. See, look at the titles. Ramayana, Ramasya Ayanam. According to grammar, when there is a ra, automatically na changes into na. So that is the reason Ramasya Ayanam, that when it is compounded, Ramayanam has come. So it is Ramasya Ayanam means Ramasya Charitam, Rama's character, Rama's moment. So how Rama's journey went on. Actually, Ramayana means Ramasya journey, the journey of Rama, Sri Rama. Because life is a journey. Chalna hi jindagi hai. That is a Hindi song. The poet says, Chalna hi jindagi hai. Jindagi is chalna. So life means what? Travel, journey from one phase to other phase, other phase, other phase, other phase. So that way, this is, automatically Ramasayana Ramayana. So Valmiki has given, they say, of course, two more titles are there, Sitaya Hacharitam, Paulastya Vadha. Maybe because, one main heading will be there. So to understand naturally Paulastya Vadha, because that purpose was Paulastya Vadha. And because of better off, we say, better off is Sita. So in Rama's journey, what is Sita's Charitam? Sita's journey, how she accompanied Rama. So this way, three titles are there. Ramayana itself tells that Ramayanam and Palastyavada Sitaya Charitam. So Ramayana means, actually, if you see six kandas. Let us not bother about Uttarakanda. Uttarakanda, because it is again a restarting of Lavakusha birth, etc. Now, actually, always what they do, even in Pravachanas, etc., with the Pattabhisheka, they conclude. So, because this is Sukhanta. Now, we'll see, look at Balakanda title. Actually, Sanskrit language is particular about naming the works. Now, I am very particular to stress on this because nowadays they give the titles to their works. There is no connection. Aajkal ke movies also, if you see, cinema's name will be something and its content will be something. Why they give at the end, they will just one character tells what that word, that's all the film's title propriety is proved. It's not like that. Such a big kavya, 24,000 shlokas, and like six kandas with an addition of seventh, that Uttarakanda. He has given the names so appropriately. Balakanda. So Balakanda, Rama has to arrive. So what we say, the background we say, that means prologue we say, so Nandi we say. So that is just, the uh, story, the beginning, like, forward to a work, Balakanda. So Balakanda, that is the preparations for the birth of all the four brothers, of course, Putra Kameshti, etc., etc., etc. So that way Balakanda is given the name Balakanda. And Ayodhya Kanda, see, main events, main incidents from the childhood to Rama's marriage, etc., etc., till he leaves Ayodhya. That means going with Vishwamitra and also killing Tatakama, etc. Subha. And then going to Mithila Nagara, then attending Swayamvara, marrying, that is, waiting for Parshurama, and after marriage, marrying Sita, then meeting Parshurama, then coming back to Ayodhya, and then spending some life with Sita, very happy married life. So we cannot think that, no, 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 immediately left. No, actually, they had very nice, happy married life in Ayodhya. So all these, even the preparation of coronation, that is Pattabhisheka, that means almost Pattabhisheka preparation is done. Only Pattabhisheka was not done. But till the last moment, complete decoration of Ayodhya city, Dasharatha Mandira, Kausalya Mandira, Kaikeyi Mandira, and the roads. Please, if you have not read, please read Ramayana. How the roads nowadays, what happened, the arches, etc., they make. But see Ramayana, what are the decorative items are there, how they tied flags. We know flags also we cut and put it. So Toranas, how it was there, and how water was sprinkled on the roads, how it everywhere decoration went on. All this you find in Ayodhya Nagara. That is the reason sage has given the name. Whether sage has given, later people gave, we do not know. But actually, Ayodhya, entire Ayodhya incidents which occur, they are arranged in Ayodhya Kanda. So that way Ayodhya Kanda deals with all the incidents. Ayodhya as main part. Everything takes place in Ayodhya. Okay. Then third one is Aranya Kanda. Aranya Kanda is entire forest life. Entering, once Guha taken him and went to Panchvati, they made their, that Parnashala, all that, and leading the life in forest, Janasthana, etc., etc. And of course, till Sita was taken away by Ravana, it is, totally Aranyakanda. So Aranyakanda, there is no city, nothing, but really, even Aranyakanda, the description, if at all anybody wants to talk about environment, prakriti, maintaining gardens, forest, etc., give so many lectures. But before giving lectures, once if they read either Vanaparva in Mahabharata or Aranyakanda in Ramayana or Vindhyatavi Varnana in Banas Kadambari, etc., at least they will have some knowledge. Practical knowledge means it is, pictorial description, and, visualize it as if the tree is in front of us. So that way those descriptions will be there. And if we really take the botanical terms with the help of scholars, and they are available, if we take, then our really forest department, how much rich we realize. Shabari description is there. She collects the fruits which are good, which are nice. So all this, Aranyakanda. Then they have to, once Sita was taken away by Ravana, both the brothers lamenting, particularly Rama, crying loudly for Sita, "Hey, Sita, hey, Sita." They traveled in search of Sita. Finally, they reached Kishkinda Pranta. And the important events which took place in Kishkinda Kanda, particularly the Maitri, Hanuman coming to them and talking to them in a decent manner. So that description was very beautiful. In a decent manner. Actually, Ramayana Pravachanakaras must have told all this so very decently with because Kishkinda means, They are, you take as monkeys, or you can take as tribes. Language is different, but when he came to Rama and Lakshmana, he spoke to them in a refined language, in a posh language, which suggests that when you are going to talk to a person, to meet a person, then what type of communication you should um, acquire. Otherwise, you don't know. I am because I am from Telangana. I talking this way only this. It is not correct. Your language, your mother tongue, it is restricted to your home four walls. As we are in a nightie or in a banyan, etc., lungi, in our four walls. But when we go out immediately, we put some cover, some chunni, or one shirt, etc., on our body. So should be a person when goes to receive. A person should be very decent appearance. Vastrena vapusha vacha. His attire will be very decent, strena, vapusha, and with all that scattered hair, etc. That should not be there. So vapusha, the body also should be very pleasant, presentable, and then vacha. Speech also will be very posh, very decent. So that way Hanuman came and talked to them. Then of course introduced to Sugriva. So all the things you know. Okay. So that is the reason that particular all the incidents where this happened, that is given the title Kishkinda Kanda. Then see, no city in Sundarakanda. Sundarakanda, if you look at it, why beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Even Pravachanakaras tell everything Sundara. Hanuman is Sundara. This is Sundara. That is Sundara. So Sundarakanda, it doesn't talk about the beauty of Hanuman, etc. But actually, the description is so beautiful. The Varnana, there, everything, the every description is beautiful. The visual, like it is a Chalana Chitra. That means when Hanuman has to take off for the jumping, Lankanam, beautiful description. Because to take off, they have to kick that particular ground where his footstep is there. If you compare with the aeroplane, this will be there. The same is inspiration for Kalidasa's Megha Sandesha. Megha taking off also beautifully described by Kalidasa. Please try to read Megha Sandesha. Telugu, the book is written by me, Megha Sandesha. It is available. If at all any Telugu person wants to know it. And in Hindi, there are many writers have written Megha Sandesha. Megha taking taking no, to take off, to fly into the sky. Similarly, Hanuman. So the description, how the trees were shaken, etc., how the mountain was also, shattered like this, all this. Then his travel, how he traveled, how his shadow is seen in the sea, oh, everything. Then, of course, the final thing when he reaches Lanka, wow, Swarnamayi Lanka, they say, ah, what a beautiful Lanka, beautiful description. How is that Ashokavana? And Ashokavana means pleasant garden it is Pramadavana. If you look at all were ladies only. So only Ravana used to come, but he exclusively meant it is a pleasure garden, particularly for women. So and because it was very favorite garden, Ravana put Sita in that particular garden, Ashokavana. All the entire atmosphere will be Ashoka, no Shoka at all, no grievances at all. So like, and that way, beautiful descriptions, Ravana's harem, Ravana's ladies, etc., etc. Therefore, it is given, and particularly when Ravana just, sorry, Hanuman goes there, The moonlight description, that full moon is, um, like flashing, shining in the sky. That particular sarga is beautiful. We feel that. He puts a sentence, Josna Vitan Murudvamantam, as if it is spitting. It is releasing what we see, the mosquito curtain we say. So a curtain of rays of moonlight. Imagine, there is a fall, a waterfall we have seen. Here, a fall of moon rays. That is, it is like, covering, it is like, it is a net spread by moon. Beautiful. So, Josna, then Muhurutva Mantam, etc. Such. So that is, it is Sundarakanda. And of course, after Sundarakanda, for any story, as beginning is there, so will be ending. And Yuddhakanda. And Yuddhakanda, how many actually a person can do research? They have done researches also. The list of weapons. How many types of weapons? Raw weapons, Shatagnis, etc. are there. Fire weapons were there. Agneyastra, Varunastra. That means, now Bashpavayu we say, tear gas. So like that, there were water also. So all sorts of things were there in Ramayana and also in Mahabharata. So that way, all the six khandas are given very appropriate titles by sage Valmiki, or if anybody says by someone, whatever it is. But Ramayana has got all the khandas with beautiful titles. This is what really I want to say. Here, one thing I submit to the audience, present generation or coming generation, whoever it may be. Here, whatever is presented here is, with the limited knowledge. I cannot claim that I am Sarvajna. I am a profound scholar in Sanskrit. I am an authority on Ramayana. No. Whatever little I know, I want to share with my co-beings, co-living beings. That is, the people around me, people in our society. That is my intention. So here only a little bit. If at all you are coming my home, then what I do, I offer tea or, lemon juice or something, whichever I can afford. I can't give you whatever you require, whatever you take at your home. So that way you have to bear with me. So this way the titles are there. Okay. This is for known persons. It is nothing. But a persons who do not know this, for them this is the information. All my these videos are not for the scholars. All these are for really common people. That is I have taken up this task only to give the communication, to give the information to common people only, not to scholarly people. Because Bhartruhari says, Yodharo Matsaragrastaha Prabhavah Smaya Ajnanopahataschanye Jirnamange Subhashitam. Actually, Bhartruhari says, better not to say anything. But of course, I dare to tell something. Here, the thing is, what we have to understand is, Bodharaha Matsaragrastaha. This is very common. This is not my statement. This is the statement stated by the great poet, scholar, Bhartruhari, who is respected by one and all. So he says, the scholars are Matsaragrastaha. They are caught by the jealousy. A great scholar, mostly the great scholars, they hardly tolerate other great scholar. They do realize Vidvaneva Vijanati. But very difficult to appreciate others' scholarship. That's what really the shloka means to say. This is very common. Spardha will be there, that's okay. Spardha is different and this is there. And therefore, Matsaragrasta, Prabhavaha. Now look at the rulers. I think I need not tell because all my Arthashastra videos are focusing on politics, 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 and rulers. And rulers, Smaya Dushita, they are full of pride. Smaya. So they think that they are great people. Once they get a seat in a beautiful place, like even if a chairperson, a corporation chairman, or an MLA or MP or anything, they think that they are the incarnation of gods. So for them, actually, people around them are more intellectuals. I confidently say they are surrounded by IAS officers who are more intellectuals than these people. There's no doubt about it. Because with their assistance only the administration runs. So that still these people, we know the history tells us, incidents tell us, they never respect, they ill-treat even IAS officers. They think that they are what we say. They are above IAS officers. They are above a Sanskrit scholar. They are above a Telugu scholar. They are above a great Pandit. So, Prabhavaha Smaya Dushitaha. They are spoiled by the arrogance. Dushitaha. They are polluted. They are polluted by the pride. And others. Ajnanopahatashchanye, they are afflicted by the ignorance. They are really struck by ignorance. Ajnana upahataha. So actually, not knowing is not a sin. Ajnana is not at all a sin. Not knowing, actually, what we say, ignorance is bliss, we say. As much as we start knowing something, the pain also enters into our mind. Once we know what is good, what is bad, a small child, he doesn't know what is fire, fire burns, water, he gets drowned. All this a child does not know. Once we know, we fear even to touch the fire, to enter into the water, etc. So, ajnanopahatascha, all the common people really who are ignorant, they are in the darkness of the ignorance. So where should I express my feelings? Therefore the wise sayings are got digested within me only. I am not able to, still, of course, after saying all this, he has written Subhashitas. He said, Ange Subhashitam Jirnam. I got digested all the wise sayings in me, but it means to say that he has not gone like Vivekananda or Shankaracharya, he has not gone to the masses. He has not gone into the sabhas or anything, but he has composed, he has done his level job. So that means when really if I go to a dais, to a meeting organized by some college students, who will listen to me? Jirnamange Subhashitam. They are busy in chit-chatting and are looking at the mobiles, etc. Nobody bothers. So that is their ignorance. We are not blaming them because they do not know the value of good words, wise sayings. Here also, if at all a video tells some nonsense content, views come, everyone looks into that because there it only entertainment, Paishachikananda, only animal instincts. That's all they enjoy. But if anybody, not only my video, if anybody tells good thing, there is no views at all. No, they don't bother, they skip it. So that way, Jirnamange Subhashitam, he told. So As Bhartruhari, still without leaving his efforts, he tried to tell whatever he felt good for the society. I am also trying to tell whatever is there good for the society. And particularly, it's not my knowledge. The great poets like Valmiki, Vyasa, what was their intention? What was their message to give to the society? That is the reason I have chosen this platform, these Zoom meetings to tell the audience that really I am doing. I don't know how far this is useful to the society. I don't know, that God only knows, because future, who knows future. So this way, I just, I did. And now, why Ramayana is taken by so many? And Telugu people I am talking, even Hindi people, as you know, Tulsidas, how really he has written Ramacharita Siya Ram, etc. Ramayana, Ramananda Sagar's Ramayana, how much popularity it has gained, all of you know. And of course, similarly, Telugu Ramayana serial or whatever it is, Telugu, Kannada, everywhere, and particularly international, like everyone has seen that. And Mahabharata also, how long it went on TV, everyone knows. Every Sunday they used to stick to the TV. So, this way, because the message was so beautiful and it is really well brought out by the directors, singers, actors. That is the reason Ramayana movies have come. And of course, some have given a very wrong touch. That is also, psychological disorders will be there. For that, we are not bothered. But he says, Valmiki in Balakanda describes, he composes Ramayana. After completing the poem, what he does, one, we have to do that. Whenever we write a poem, if you look at the folk singers, etc., one person writes, but the same person need not sing that. It becomes popular when it is sung by a good singer. So that way they choose and they send it to the masses. Similarly, Harikatha, Obukatha, Burrakatha, whatever. So, Balakanda, the Ramayana, how it is written, it is described like this. What is? पाठ्ये गेये च मधुरम् प्रमाणैस्त्रिभिरन्वितम् जातिभिः सप्तभिर्युक्तम् गाव्यमेतदगायताम् रसैः शृङ्गारकरुण हास्य रौद्र भयानकैः वीरादिभिः रसैर्युक्तम् काव्यमेतद् अगायताम्. సో ఎలా ఉంది అంటే ఇది పాడటానికి పాఠ్యే గేయచ మధురం అంటే those words are so sweet. See, unless the words are sweet, song won't be sweet. Why old Hindi Chaudavi ka Chand ho, etc., why they are so melodious, so sweet? ఏ దివిలో విరిసిన పారిజాతము, why? Because the words are so sweet, so melodious, so lovely, then automatically the singing song also becomes popular. So this Ramayana, Pathye Gecha Maduram, it is sweet in literature and also in music composition. How means Madhuram Pramanaihi Tribhiri Anvitam. So it has got all the three pramanas, and then that means in a decent manner, and then saptabhi jati bhir yuktam. This is, it is jati, etc. This is a musical term, and it is maintained well in the this music, what we say, notations we say. So that is, this was really agayata. This is very easy to sing. And how Rasaihi Srungara, there are Ashtarasas as per Bharata, even here also. So Srungara Hasya Karuna Raudra Veera Bhayanaka Vibhatsa Adbhuta. So Shanta Rasa is later on accepted. So Srungara Rasa, Hasya Rasa, Karuna Rasa, all these 8 rasas are there. So this is sung by the Lavan particularly. See, Lavakushas were very young. Here the advantage you see, boys, boys' voice gets changed, that it turns into male voice, like after 14 years. Up to 14 years, that is what we say, not even teen, like childhood. Then their voice is as melodious as female voice. So Lavakusha Valmiki written Ramayana, and because you see the portraits, pictures also, the small children with the small tamburas, that is tune. No, so they play on tambura for the what we say ragam, tanam, etc. So tune, balance, that is tarasthai, mandrasthai, etc. So playing on that tambura, they were taught how to sing. So therefore, they really, because Valmiki taught them how to sing. That is the reason they actually not only in Valmiki Asrama, in Ramayana it is mentioned, they went to the hermitages of various rishis. And there is a very beautiful description. I think one episode last time I had mentioned that also. Each one gave some gift, etc. That description is there. So that beautifully they have sung it. So that is done. Therefore, Ramayana is very melodious, and that means language wise, even the music wise. Even at that point also I told you the Anushtup, that is 32 syllables, and of course here and there chapter and at the end of the chapter, that is Sarga they say, the meter changes. Even those meters also melodious meters only, composed by Valmiki. That is as per the principle of Mahakavyas. Not only Mahakavya, actually, this is Ramayana is the standard example for the Alankara Shastras, later Alankara Shastras. Because when we are doing something, what we say, the final turn, kosa merupu, they say flash. So when we are coming to change the sarga, change the chapter, there should be a twist indication. Even serial novels also what they do, Sashesham, that means remaining. That means actually there they stop in a beautiful way. So similarly here also, each sarga ends with a beautiful shloka. All are very beautiful. And in the next episodes also, in next videos also, I'll explain about the language and style of Ramayana only, because our professor has taken so much of trouble to explain audience, to explain Telugu people, Sanskrit lovers, so many things about Ramayana as a mic, as an instrument. I just, I take the same material from Guru Garu and really I share with you. That only I can do. So with this, I stop here and I take leave.